crash landing. The wind is a cold gale across the topside. I twist my crash bracelets on, and their magnetics pull me down. They drag like lead weights on my wrists, clanking against the metal hull as I pull myself toward the right rear engine. Boss X is making his way forward, his eyes squinting against the wind, his fur pushed flat. Around us, the night sky flashes and burns, explosions, searchlights, damaged hovercars. A stray flechette glances off the armor to my right, leaving a dent the size of a fist. The deck tips and shudders beneath me, Zura flying like a drunk woman. We skim a stand of tall trees, and our lifting fans hack their tops into wood chips and ice-stinging pine scent. When I can see again, Shrev sits in the distance. My father's tower is alight, its usual complement of drones swirling around its summit. Most are armed, but some will have sensors, radar scanners. This battle damage has to look real. I haul myself the last few meters. The engine roar grows louder, the hull vibrating, the fan sucking the air down into its blades like a hurricane, trying to pull me in. I'm close enough. I pull the smoke grenade out and realize there's nothing to attach it with, except my crash bracelets. I pull one off, twist it to the highest setting. It clings to the vibrating engine casing, and the metal grenade clings to it in turn, immovable when I try to pry them loose. I pull the pin and crawl back a few meters, counting under my breath. The grenade flashes, its smoke pouring down into the lifting fan, then outward behind us in a spreading trail. I turn to Boss X. The front side engine is already spilling smoke, and he's hauled himself to the rear of the car. He rises into a crouch, unsteady in the wind. Ready to jump, he calls. Jump? I stare wide-eyed at my father's tower, looming ever closer. Zura is slowing us, ready to take the car skidding into the dirt. There isn't time to get back inside and strap in. All we have is our crash bracelets. In fact, I've only got one. Boss X is wearing both of his. The belt is gone from his waist, wrapped around the grenade, I guess. Then I remember the first time Naya let me take my pulse knife out of the training area. I showed off for Rafi, making the knife fly around our bedroom. She asked if it was strong enough to pick me up. Clinging with all the strength in my young hands, I let its magnetic lifters pull me to the ceiling of our bedroom, while my sister laughed and threw pillows. A pulse knife can carry me. Of course, I probably weighed less then. I crawl to the rear of the hover car, find a spot next to Boss X, and look down at the trees whipping past below. We're still flying very fast. I pull my hood up over my head and face, switch the suit to light armor mode. It turns black. The nanos stiffen to hardened scales. Smoke wreathes around us, and sounds of battle shake the air. At the edge of my father's estate, the treetops shooting past below turn to a blur of grass. The lifting fans switch over to silent magnets. On 3, X growls, his lips pulled back from his teeth in a beatific smile. 1, 2, we jump straight up, caught in the wind, the car zooming away ahead. Below us, my father's perfectly manicured gardens are a riot of color in the floodlights. For a moment, I'm in a free fall, both hands wrapped around my buzzing knife. Then, my left wrist snaps taut, the bracelet trying to slow me down. The knife roars to life, and it feels like my shoulders are being yanked from their sockets. My iron-ringed fingers twist painfully in the magnetic fields. I fall, hit a row of hedges slantways, scraping across the tops of the leaves and branches. The stiffened sneak suit is tougher than bare skin, but it still feels like being dragged across thorns and brambles. The hedges bring me to a gradual, thrashing halt. It takes a painful moment to pull myself from the ruined plants. 50 meters farther on, Boss X is standing up, gingerly rubbing his wrists. He's watching our Shrev hover car. It crashes just as planned. The smoke right side fans tip down into the garden, sending up a spray of flowers and dirt. The car tries to slew sideways, but Zura holds it steady. The drag slows it until the fans snap off and careen away across the garden, still smoking. The car goes into a spin, out of control now, but its magnetics keep it a few meters above the ground, a swirl of smoke and sparks. Finally, it rear ends into the base of the tower, tearing out a gaping chunk of the cargo bay wall. As the hatches pop open and specials spill out, Boss X and I are already running toward the gap.